Ah, yes, Earth. On this blue and green planet are millions upon millions of unique creatures. It's home to things that fly, swim, and run. All of these things have one thing in common: movement. Even the planet itself moves. And one species that we will be examining today is the one not many would see with the naked eye, for they are quite rare. What is that species, you might ask? Well, it is that of the human race. Ah, there is one now. Let's take a look at him, shall we? As you can see, he is already moving, showing off how integrated movement is to the human's daily life. But this integration did not sprout into their minds in a day. Oh no. This subject has been evolving in their lives for millions of years. And it all started when the humans found out they had opposable thumbs. Opposable thumbs helped the humans greatly in early years of their existence when it came to things like technological advances, environmental superiority, and of course, movement. As you can see here with our subject showing how the human movement went from galloping to running. Running helped them greatly in the sport of hunting for food out in the valleys and prairies of the time. However, there were some animals that proved to be just too quick for the two-legged mammals. So to solve this problem, they used their advanced brains to come up with an invention that would change the course of history forever: the wheel. The wheel came into the game once the humans used the past knowledge of them doing tricks on the ground. But the creation of the wheel was one of the biggest advancements for movement and transportation the world would ever see. Shortly after the creation of the wheel was created, the car followed it, and it was a big turning point in movement. For this allowed the humans to get from point A to point B much faster than ever before. Though to us, cars are very primitive, but to the humans they were the best thing since sliced bread, as they like to say. Cars, however, were not the only technological advancement that came to be. There were indeed more, including trains on land, boats in the water, and planes in the sky. All of these helped the human race move around their planet. And yet with all of this technology, you would think that humans should be in non-stop movement all of the time, right? Well, in a way, yes, but there are some exceptions. For example, the couch potato, as the humans call them. It's a term used amongst them to describe a very lazy individual. However, this term is subject to change during the recent lawsuit against potatoes. We will dwell more on the habits of this potato in the next segment, so let's move on, shall we? Ah, yes, here we have two young lads messing around with their wheelboards in a pastime mostly known by humans as skating, a very common art, most popular with their delinquent youth. They find it very fun to stroll around town trying new tricks with no care in the world besides how they will get their next scrape on the knee. Oh, look at this sight. What do we have here? A nice simple stream. Let's have a listen. You hear that? That's the sound of peace and serenity. You see, the fish that live in this ecosystem, along with countless other organisms, do not know anger. They move up this river without caring how fast the fish in front of them is going, or why the fish behind them is close enough to eat them by their tail fin. They just don't care. Humans, on the other hand, will get infuriated if someone looks at them the wrong way while they drive. This can lead to anger, and this anger can build up, and this will move us to our next section on self-defense. There is no other place a human likes to enact their rage better than on social media. This brings us back to the couch potato. These humans especially like to send evil things like this on the internet. But this is not how everyone does it. Oh no, for some people, especially in the older times, would fight in hand-to-hand combat for very little things. Petty, yes, but if you ask me, it is much more entertaining. Just look at them go. Yes, very entertaining indeed. It is unknown why humans fight each other oh so often. Maybe over competition, or maybe just for fun. One will never know. But either way, it is very fun to watch. Sometimes, to fight, one must train as we see here. Look at him. Have a go at it. Sometimes they go for people who even look at them the wrong way. Truly, truly vile. As you can see with what we have viewed today, the human species is one that is very interesting when it comes to movement and self-defense. And who knows, maybe sometime in the future, the human race will develop much more advanced versions of these things they use in everyday life. But we will have to wait and see for ourselves.